Karen thought pulling a gun would make him beg. Karen had no idea the man standing in front of her wasn't just calm, was trained for war. What happened next shook the entire neighborhood to its core. The sun had just started dipping below the horizon, painting the neighborhood in gold and crimson. It was supposed to be an ordinary evening. Kids were riding bikes, sprinklers misted the lawns, and a gentle breeze carried the smell of barbecue from a nearby yard. That's when Karen appeared. She wasn't your average neighbor, always dressed like she owned the block, always with that glare that said, "This is my kingdom." Tonight, though, her anger burned brighter than ever. I was on my porch, sipping iced tea, when I saw her stomping across the street. Straight toward Ethan, my best friend. I'd moved into the neighborhood 2 weeks ago. Quiet guy, always polite. Spent his mornings jogging and his evenings working on his motorcycle. Karen hated him from day one. Why? Because Ethan didn't attend the HOA meetings. And Karen wasn't just a neighbor. She was the self-proclaimed queen of the HOA. She marched right up to him, finger pointed like a dagger. "You think you can ignore our rules? You think you can park that thing in the driveway?" She spat, pointing at his spotless black pickup. Ethan didn't flinch, didn't argue, just leaned against the hood, calm as a statue. "Evening," he said, voice smooth as glass. "Can I help?" Karen's lips curled. "Help me." "Yeah, move this truck, or else I swear the entire block went silent." Even the kids stopped pedaling. You could feel the tension tightening like a rope about to snap. Ethan. He just smiled, or else what? That's when Karen's hand disappeared into her oversized purse and came out holding a gun. The street froze. My breath caught in my throat. Karen wasn't bluffing. She was holding a small silver handgun, hands trembling with rage. "You think I'm kidding?" she screamed, waving it at his chest. "You move that truck or I swear, Karen." "Put that down," someone yelled from a nearby porch. But Ethan didn't move, didn't blink. His eyes locked on her like a hawk tracking prey. He spoke so softly I barely heard it. "Karen, you don't want to do this?" She laughed, sharp, bitter. Laugh that didn't sound human. "Oh, I think I do. You people think you can walk in here and break all the rules? Well, not on my watch." By now, phones were out. Neighbors were recording. Some whispered. Others dialed 911, but no one dared to step closer, and then Karen's finger twitched near the trigger. For a split second, I thought Ethan was done. But in the next heartbeat, everything changed. He moved fast. Too fast for my eyes to track. 1 second, Karen had the gun aimed at his chest. The next, it was gone. He had her wrist twisted, the weapon pointed at the ground, and his voice, low, commanding tone that cut through the chaos. "Don't move," Karen gasped, eyes wide with shock. Who the hell are you?" Leaned close, his face inches from hers. "Someone who's seen real war," he whispered. "And this isn't it." The neighborhood erupted, gasps, shouts, sirens wailing in the distance. Ethan gently pried the gun from her trembling hands and placed it on the ground like it was nothing. Karen collapsed onto the curb, sobbing and screaming about her rights. The look on Ethan's face, cold, focused, like a soldier back on the battlefield. I rushed over Ethan. "What the hell was that? Where'd you learn to do that?" He gave me a look that made my blood run cold. "Not here," he said simply. Minutes later, the cops arrived. Lights flashed blue and red across the houses. They cuffed Karen without a second thought, reading her rights as she shrieked that she was protecting the community. When they asked Ethan for a statement, he kept it short. Calm, almost rehearsed. "She threatened me with a firearm. I disarmed her. That's it." But after the cops drove off with Karen screaming in the back seat, I couldn't hold back. "Ethan," I said, "you moved like a damn superhero. Who are you?" I hesitated. Then, for the first time since I met him, he smiled a small, tired smile. "Used to be Navy," he said quietly. "SEAL team." My jaw dropped. "You're kidding." "No," he said. His eyes drifted to the horizon like he was watching something I couldn't see. but I left that life behind. Or at least, I thought I did. Asterisk, by morning, everyone in the neighborhood knew. The videos, viral, 10,000 views before sunrise. The headline on every HOA forum: local woman arrested after pulling gun on ex-Navy SEAL neighbor. Karen was facing charges, serious ones. And Ethan, he just went about his day like nothing happened. Jogged at dawn, fixed his bike. Same calm smile, but there was a shift in the air. The same people who whispered about him before now gave him nods of respect. Some even stopped by to shake his hand. As for Karen's HOA kingdom, gone. Overnight, the board voted her out before lunch. Turns out nobody wanted a leader who pulled guns on neighbors, and Ethan, he never bragged, never told the full story. But that night, sitting on my porch, he looked at me and said one thing that stuck with me forever. People think strength is about power. It's not. It's about control and trust. Me, after what I saw, Ethan had more control than anyone I'd ever met. But something tells me this isn't the last time his past comes knocking.